Yes, here are our both, in one place, written as SAR, two full practical guides you can actually use. Master Topic 1, Willful versus Wishful Thinking. The core skill that ends waiting to feel ready. Abraham Lowe used the terms wishful and willful thinking to draw a bright line between two ways of living. Wishful thinking waits for the right mood, the right certainty, or the right circumstances. Psalms, willful thinking uses small acts of control, even when feelings are messy. This idea is deceptively simple, but it's life-changing because it moves you from emotional dependence to self-leadership. The hidden trap of wishful thinking. Wishful thinking isn't just being optimistic. It often looks like, once I feel calm, I'll start. When I'm less overwhelmed, I'll be consistent. If I can just figure it out, then I'll act. If I had more confidence, then I'd follow through. If the news wasn't so intense, then I'd be okay. It's not that these thoughts are evil, it's that they quietly install a rule. Feelings must change first, then I can live. Lowe's method flips that. I live differently first, through muscle control and behavior, then feelings follow. Math, willful thinking, what it really means. Willful thinking is not brute force. It's not push through at all costs. It's a calm decision to use what you can control. Lowe emphasized that you can control muscles, behavior, speech, attention, decisions. So willful thinking sounds like, I don't need to feel ready to do the next step. I can stand discomfort and still behave well. I'll do 2 minutes, not the whole mountain. I'll control my muscles first, then choose my action. I endorse my effort, not my mood. The most important reframe wishful thinking says, I need relief before action. Willful thinking says, action creates relief. That's the entire engine. Wishful versus willful. Real world examples. Example A. Consistency. Wishful. When I'm motivated, I'll work on my goal. Willful. I'll do my 2-minute rep regardless of motivation. Example B. Anxiety sensations. Wishful. I'll go out when I stop feeling anxious. Willful. I'll go out with anxious feelings and keep my muscles calm. Example C. News media trigger. Wishful. If the world calms down, I'll calm down. Willful. I set news boundaries and control my attention. Calm is trained. Example D. Relationships. Wishful. If they change, I'll be okay. Willful. I can be kind and clear. I can set boundaries and endorse myself. Pasha, the willful thinking loop. Use this as your default in the moment loop. 1. Name the pattern. This is wishful thinking. This is me waiting for a feeling. 2. Shift to muscle control. Drop shoulders, unclench jaw, long exhale. 3. Choose one willful statement. Pick one and repeat it. I can do the next step without the right feeling. I can stand discomfort. I act first. Feelings follow. 2 minutes counts. 4. Take the smallest correct action. Open the file. Write the first sentence. Do one micro task. Set a timer for 2 minutes. 5. Self-endorse immediately. I endorse myself for willful action. That endorsement matters. It teaches your subconscious. This behavior is rewarded. Scripts you can actually say, rotate these, but don't use 20 at once. Choose 3 to 5 favorites. Hadsa, when you feel stuck. Stuck is a feeling, action is a choice. I can do the next step while feeling stuck. 2 minutes breaks the spell. When you feel overwhelmed, I don't do the whole thing, I do the next right step. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Control muscles, then choose. Had, when you want certainty. Certainty isn't required for the next step. I can act with partial information. I can tolerate uncertainty. When you want to quit. Quitting is a decision, returning is a skill. I return without drama. I endorse myself for returning. The willful plan for consistency. This is the simplest way to train willful thinking. Daily contract. 1 2-minute rep on your goal. 2 5 1 finish line. 1 endorsement line. At night. That's it. The goal is not big output. The goal is identity installation. I am willful. I do what I said I'd do. A nightly rehearsal for willful thinking. Imagine this scene as you fall asleep. You feel resistance, you exhale, you open your task, you do 2 minutes, you check it off, and you feel calm pride. Short, repeatable, believable. And measuring progress. Don't measure. Do I feel amazing? Measure. Did I use muscle control at least once? Did I act without waiting for the feeling? Did I endorse myself for effort? Did I return faster than usual? That's willful living. Topic 2. Handling symptoms. How to respond to distress without feeding it. Low taught a crucial principle that helps people stop spiraling. And symptoms are distressing, not necessarily dangerous. That doesn't mean ignore everything. It means don't treat every uncomfortable sensation as an emergency. Don't add fear on top of fear. Don't turn a symptom into a full-time job, because the second fear is usually what turns discomfort into a spiral. The 2-layer model. When symptoms hit, two things can happen. 1. Primary discomfort. 2. Secondary temper. Lowe's method reduces the secondary layer first, because when temper goes down, symptoms often soften on their own. What handling symptoms looks like in practice, it means you respond like a steady coach, not like a frightened detective. Instead of, what if this means something terrible? I must get rid of this right now. Why is this happening again? You move to, this is unpleasant. I can stand it. I control muscles and behavior. I choose the next right step. I endorse my effort. The symptom handling loop. Use this whenever your body or mind surges. Step 1. Label. This is distress. This is a symptom surge. This is temper trying to start. Step 2. Separate. My body is activated. My mind is producing alarm thoughts. I do not have to obey alarm thoughts. Step 3. Muscle control. Pick 2 3. Jaw unclench. Shoulders drop. Hands relax. Feet grounded. Slow exhale. Step 4. Refuse symptom chasing. This is key. No frantic checking. No reassurance loops. No compulsive scrolling. No endless researching. Say, I'm not feeding this. I can stand it. I'm safe enough to proceed. Step 5. Steer into function. Do one small functional act. Drink water. Tidy one surface. Write one sentence. Take a short walk. Complete a tiny task. This trains your subconscious. Symptoms don't stop my life. Step 6. Self-endorse. I endorse myself for handling symptoms with control. That endorsement is how your brain learns. This is who you are. The what not to do list. When symptoms hit, avoid these common intensifiers. Catastrophizing. This means I'm doomed. Time travel. What if this never ends? Monitoring. Checking sensations every 30 seconds. Compulsions. Scrolling news, checking stats, reassurance seeking. Arguing with thoughts. Low's approach is don't debate, redirect. Symptom handling scripts. Choose 3 to 5 to practice for a week. When anxiety rises, uncomfortable, not dangerous. I can stand discomfort. I control muscles. I will not add temper. When your mind races, my mind is noisy. I can still be steady. Not useful right now. Later. Next right step. When dread appears, dread is a feeling, not a prophecy. I proceed with small steps. I return without drama. When low mood hits, low mood is not a command. I do one small functional act. I endorse effort. Handling news-triggered symptoms. News media often triggers. Tight chest, urgency, helplessness, anger temper, doom scanning. So here's a symptom-specific version. HALT's news symptom protocol. 1. This is distress. 2. Shoulders down plus jaw unclench plus long exhale. 3. Distressing, not dangerous. 4. Is there an action I need today? If no, close it plus do a 2-minute rep. If yes, write the action plus do first step plus close it. 5. I endorse myself for not feeding temper. This prevents your nervous system from being programmed by headlines. Hacked. The functional first principle. Low emphasized returning to function small practical tasks because function calms the nervous system. When you do a functional act during symptoms, your subconscious learns, I'm capable. I'm not trapped. I can steer. That's why 2 minutes of function can reduce a spiral faster than 30 minutes of thinking. A 7-day symptom handling training plan. Day 1, 2. Practice labeling plus muscle control once day. And day 3 to 4. Add refuse symptom chasing. Day 5 to 6. Add steer into function. Day 7. Review endorsements. Nightly rehearsal track. Record this. Tonight I soften my shoulders and relax my jaw. If symptoms appear tomorrow, I will label them as distress, not danger. I will control my muscles. I will refuse to feed the symptom with checking and scanning. I will take the next right step for 2 minutes, and I will endorse myself for control. Repeat it 2 to 3 times as you fall asleep. Putting both topics together. The combined low-style master rule. If you want one sentence that ties willful versus wishful plus symptom handling into a daily identity, I control muscles and behavior, I act without waiting for feelings, and I endorse myself for every return. That is willful living. That is symptom handling. That is how you build a calmer, more consistent life.